Genuinely, I don't know why I did it, but for some reason, I decided to keep Caden live when I was on my other setup at like a really old update. And now that I've actually been forced to update Caden live and everything, it's a lot better. I should have updated sooner. What's up, guys? I'm Carlos. Today, I got a crazy story from you. Not my story, somebody else's. Really crazy though. And if you guys really need an explanation on why it's a different person's story, go look at my community posts. But I'm not going to waste your time. Let's jump straight into this. So this is a story by somebody named Artifacts. Artifacts, I actually got it right. And yeah, so Artifacts worked at a cannabis company. Now, this wasn't a dispensary company, but it was the people that produced cannabis for those dispensaries. And Artifacts had basically an office job. It wasn't really like, oh, he was going down and smoking everything. What's up, bruh? What's up, brother? No, it was like he would basically just do the paperwork. He would be the boring guy doing the paperwork. But every once in a while, they would be given the opportunity to go for outreach events. And these outreach events typically happened in nightclubs. And yeah, the employees were even allowed to go and enjoy the nightclub for a bit before coming back. They would kind of do like little shifts during the night. Just, hey, you want to go dance? Okay, go dance, get a drink, whatever. Come back and I'll have my turn. It was that kind of deal. And this would only happen in legal states, by the way. Obviously, I feel like everybody would kind of get that. But yeah, this was actually Artifacts' one of his first times doing one of these events. So they had these samples. Artifacts tried explaining it, but I honestly, it is so confusing how it's explained. The way he explained it was it's a shot of vapor. I don't know if I'm just stupid or if there's some hidden ball knowledge that I'm missing out on. But yeah, it was basically a shot of the smoke from I'm guessing, I don't know, like a pen, like a weed pen or something, like a weed vape. I don't really know. I'm not gonna keep dwelling on it. But yeah, it was a little shot. And surprisingly, Artifacts' coworker, we're gonna call his coworker Brianna. Now Brianna she was pretty standard, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, they were basically all office workers. They would just do outreach events every once in a while. And yeah, I forgot to mention this, by the way. This is really important. Artifacts has very like sensitive lungs. And this will come into play later. You can probably see it already happening. So Artifacts' coworker Brianna, she was like, "Hey, I wanted to know if you wanted to split one of these little shots with me, just so that way the night can go faster." And Artifacts was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Which honestly, if I was in that situation, I probably would have too. The boss was okay with this, by the way. This wasn't like, "Oh, the boss is gonna kill us if we do this. Let's not do it." No, it was very much just, okay, let's do it. So Artifacts has never actually smoked weed before, like I said, because of the sensitive lungs. And Artifacts was actually on medication, which he learned later on makes highs more anxiety driven. So when he took this shot, because he was so inexperienced, because obviously he wouldn't touch it, he think of like a cat trying to puke and cough up a hairball at the same time. That's probably what it looks like. Just really sounding like that old grandma from SpongeBob. Chocolate. Yeah. So needless to say, he was. It was bad. He barely survived the first wave. But no, in all reality, he was okay. It was just like, if you've ever smoked before and you've had your first time, you know how it is. If not, experience it if you want. When you're old enough. And yeah, so it was pretty bad, even though they were supposed to be like, Artifacts said that they were supposed to look what do you say, elegant while smoking it. So yeah, he did not do that, right? I would have fired him immediately, honestly. But no. So yeah, eventually the highs started creeping up after, I want to say, 30-40 minutes. And at first it was okay. Artifix was doing pretty fine, nothing too crazy. But then it started creeping up more and more and more, and by the time he realized anything was wrong, the guy was greened out. Now guys, you got to remember, he's on meds that makes his highs anxiety, like full on anxiety attacks pretty much. And I tried to figure out what kind of medication it was. Nothing really specific came up. There's a bunch of them that do it. So yeah, if you know what it is, leave it in the comments. But yeah, so at this point, he's like, okay, let's try to calm down. Okay. And 20 minutes later, he's over there going up, doing the walk of shame to his boss, being like, hey, we're going to call the boss Sarah. So he goes up to Sarah and he's like, hey, I tried a little bit of the sample. It's just straight up killing me right now. So could I go sit in my car for a bit? And Sarah was like, yeah, no worries. Go take some time. And yeah, Artifix goes into his car. He shuts the door, puts his head on the steering wheel. The horn starts blaring. But no, he was okay at first. Because at this point, I want to say maybe like another 5 minutes went by while he's in the car. And guys, his throat feels like it's starting to close up. Like full on closing up. Like kind of like an allergic reaction. I personally have never experienced something that bad. But yeah. So his throat starts closing up. And he has to like keep swallowing to make sure that he's not going to die or anything. So he's over there like, it's kind of like that. I couldn't find a reference for that. Sorry, guys. No, I found a reference. That old creepy guy that would be in a park, just breathing like that. Just in the back, just watching all the children on that creepy shit. But yeah. And at this point, Artifix decides, okay, I'm going to call my mom. Because, motherly comfort, right? And he's still like doing that swallowing breathing pattern. And he calls, and his voice crack. His mom answers, and the conversation goes something like this. Hi, honey, how's the party going? I'm dying. I know I'm not dying, but I feel like I'm dying. And it's really, really scary because I don't want to die. Yeah, he hung up on his mom after that. Yeah. So needless to say, the mom tried calling him back a ton. And the issue is, Artifix was very like, at this point, he was starting to get really, really anxious. And he called up Brianna from earlier. And he was like, please come to my car. I need help. And Brianna came over. And he's like crying at this point, just sobbing while he's choking. Yeah. And at this point, he's starting to beg Brianna to call an ambulance. And guys, this is how you know American healthcare culture is fucked up, because Brianna responds by saying, if I think you're not breathing, then I'll call him. Yeah. So bro was literally begging for an ambulance. And she was like, no, you'll be okay. Guys, let me just put a moral here real quick. If you think you're choking that bad, I think it's a good idea to call the ambulance. Especially if you have time before your throat closes up. I think it's a good idea to call an ambulance, And here's the thing, though. Sarah, the boss, comes out and she sees what's happening. And she gives Artifix some CBD drops to calm him down, which, for the unaware, CBD is a part of weed, and it's basically the part that makes you relax, but not high. It's like a muscle relaxant or something like that. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. That's kind of like the gist of it, though. So yeah, Artifix puts it under his tongue, and at this point he's starting to calm down. The high from the THC is starting to wear off. And finally, he answers his mom's call, and they talk. And Artifix's mom at this point was like, "Don't do any more drugs." And he was like, "Okay, I won't do drugs. I'll say no." And they end up saying their goodbyes, and he hangs up. And yeah, after this, guys, the boss, Sarah and Brianna, kind of kept him away from the booth for a little while and just let him relax and enjoy the club setting. And yeah. Oh, and by the way, all of this that I just told you right now, 15 minutes. That's all the time it took from leaving the club to getting in the car to thinking he was going into anaphylactic shock to coming down from the high. That was 15 minutes. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Moral of the story is, if you got sensitive lungs, don't be doing something like that. I think you could have died, honestly, during this story, but it was good that he didn't, you know. But yeah, guys, I don't really know what else to say. Just don't be a goober. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Leave a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And yeah, by the way, I'm going to be coming back again. I'm going to be doing uploads a lot more frequently. And don't worry, not all of my stories are going to be weed infested. No, in matter of fact, I probably have a high school story coming up. So yeah, stay tuned for that, guys. Peace.